Hi friends, yeah, time for another WordPress tutorial video. This is about your first post. And we're about to log on. You can see here we have the normal log on, but I've also got the capture plugin, which stops spam bots and what have you, and hackers are trying to automatically get into your site because they can't read the equation, which in this instance is 3 minus 1 equals 2. And if I've remembered my password correct, we should log in. So let's give it a go. Not now. And I can see up here it's going to admin, so I've remembered the password. And while we're here, we're just going to, before we do the post thing, I'm going to show you 3 plugins. This one here, get it via the add new button. It is security for your WordPress blog. This one here is WordPress Firewall 2. Once again, security, get it. And the capture that I just showed you, make sure you get that. It's normally the first one that comes up when you do the search. So that's pretty cool. Make sure you do all that. The capture also for spam comments is quite handy as well. And so is the ASCII met, which you basically activate. Then you have to go and get your key, which you then insert into the settings once it's activated. Pretty easy, but we're here for the posts. We're going to click all posts. This was actually the first WordPress post, but I was here just a little while ago, but wasn't that happy with the screencast I did, so we're doing another one. So alright, and I've actually named it title, but it did actually say first WordPress post from memory. So we're going to hit edit. And welcome to WordPress. This is your first WordPress post. Edit or delete it, then start blogging. That was the welcome message previously. I'm just going to delete this stuff. With this, I added quotation marks here, and I also added a two-way arrow, which I'll show you in just a sec, but I'm just going to paste a bit of content from something else. Just because I want to show you a little bit of stuff, and it might be quicker to do it this way. Alright, so basically you make your title up here, make your title. Also, you might want to give it a category. At the moment, see, it's in categorized. Let's add a new category. We'll just say new for the point of doing it. Add new category. Did I get that right? New. There it is there. We're going to unclick uncategorized, and now it's in new. Okay, so you're at your first WordPress post and you're about to give it a go. And you've got this little message here. You might, all right, well, you've read it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Click, highlight, delete. Okay. All right, gasser. A gasser is a type of hot rod, and I've cut and pasted this font from my other website, www.rod.tv. www.rod.tv. Okay, so I'm going to write gasser here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to go here. Actually, I'm going to close that off. I'm going to go here and go, what are my options? I can make it bold. Yeah, that's all right. I can make it italic and bold. I can even put a line through it, but you notice it dropped down. But basically, it's not really what I want for a post heading. We have a title, but I want something more as we enter into the post. So what we have here is when you first open up, you get these options: bold, italic, strike through, bulleted list, numbered list, block quote. This is interesting, the horizontal line. While I'm here, I think I'll do that. We'll click here and we'll just go back and I'll push the horizontal line, and we have a line that comes through, and that will actually show up on the post later. It's like a separator if you want. We can also do a couple of other things. I'm going to click and highlight the whole text, which you can also do by hitting Control and A at the same time. Now, you'll notice the edge of the text is all rough and uneven. Well, how about we centre it? Now it's rough and uneven on both sides at least. Or we can align it to the right and have the rough bit here. We can align to the left. Either way, possibly not what we really want. So there are other options. We've got the line here, but that's got nothing to do with anything. Let's go to what is called the kitchen sink. And a lot of people start blogging and they don't click on this little icon, and then they one day get a bit adventurous and they click on it. And what happens is you get more options come up. Okay, so let's go back to what was my little heading here. All this text is in paragraph, by the way, but we can change it to heading 1, heading 2, 3. Let's go heading 2. As you can see, it's now bigger. If we go heading 1, it's bigger again. But sometimes I think it looks a bit funny when it's underneath the title. So I tend to go heading 2 or 3. And we're there. Okay, also I might want to put that in the centre. Align centre. Hey, pretty cool. Now we're starting to get an idea of what's available. Once again, I can go Control A, but I'm going to just click and highlight for the sake of it, because that's what I normally do. Scroll up. And now we're at this section here, and we were talking about how we had the rough edges. Well, we have a justify option now that we've opened the kitchen sink. And if we click justify, see now the edges on both sides of the post are nice and even, as you can see if we go down. Nice and even, pretty cool, hey? I'm going to get rid of this line here. I'm going to just delete, and that line that was separating the two paragraphs is now gone. There's a reason for that. I'm going to show you in a sec. Also, what if we wanted something to stand out? As you can see here, I've already done the bold. I'll do it again. And we've made these particular points stand out. I've done that purposely because I want to add just a little few points to the actual post. But we can also do something different, like, all right, let's just do this. Text color. We can actually make it darker, a different color. That's not a great color, but it shows you what's possible. Let's go down again. That red really stands out. So you can do that as well, and I think we'll leave it there just for the point of what we're doing. So we also have that. Let's say I wanted to link back to my other website. Let's pick, I can write a word, of course. Okay, I actually will. I'll go down here. I'll write website example. And now if I click and highlight it, now that we have the kitchen sink open, if we go to this little, whatever it is, little icon, it's a little baby pin or something silly like that, I don't know, paperclip, that's the word I'm looking for. If I click on that, we now can go www.rod.tv, we can write Rod's site, and add link. Now, see how it's underlined? That gives it away. And also, if we highlight it, will it come up and say Rod's link? Yeah, there it goes. Oh, Rod's site. There you go. Pretty cool. You can highlight it to get rid of it by removing the link, but it leaves the word. So I tend to just hit the delete button, and it's gone. So, okay, so that's another feature that we didn't know existed literally 2 minutes ago. So at this point, we now have a new category, which we added here. Also tags too. Tags are little keywords that help Google spot your blog. I mentioned Rod's site. We're talking, this talks about old hot rods. So if I write in Gasser hot rods and add it, I can write Gassers and add it. I can write hot rod. It's up to you whether you use capital letters or not. They're just tags. Tags are what help Google find your site. And a couple of little things like bolding and even doing the odd bit of italic, which is leaning your text, helps as well. And as you can see, we've just lent the text over to the right. They're just little things that break up the text, make them stand out. Also, the headers with keywords. This post is about gases. We probably should change that. We had it at Make Your Title, but we want Google and Bing and the other search engines to find us. So Gasser hot rod. Can do hot rods, hot rod, won't matter. And that's fine too. And also, if we wanted this very first post, let's go welcome to Gasser hot rods. And that would be like the introduction post to our blog. What we can do here is we can come over to public editing, visibility, and if we stick this by clicking here and pushing OK, that is now a sticky post. And that means this will always be the first post that anyone ever sees when they visit your site. And every time you add a new post, it will come up after this one. So it's good if you want a welcome post to stay up the top, you make it a sticky. And I didn't know that when I first started, and now I do, and it's a handy thing. Okay, let's see. Production model, let's change the font there. It says horrible green, and I go, oh, I don't like that much. If we hit the undo, it jumped up, but as you can see, the green text is now gone. So that's pretty cool too. Also, let's see. Let's just go here, and here we have special characters. And if we click on that, we get a table of different characters that perhaps your keyboard does not have. Let's click the clubs icon, and here it is there. So you can add a few little extra elements to your blog. A two-way arrow, double arrow. We've added that as well. So you can make your posts just a little bit interesting by adding things like that too. What else is there? Oh yeah, we have an underline. I want this little thing to stand out. I previously did it in green, it looked shocking. Let's underline it instead. Now it's underlined just to try and make a point. I could possibly underline it and also hit bold. So now it's underlined and bold as well. And I've tried to make that little bit of text stand out. Not happy with it? That's easy. Hit undo. Not happy with the underline? Hit undo. Oh, I've changed my mind. Redo. And it's back again. So we also have these as well. Also, what we have is here, and I haven't played with much. We have an indent and a increase, indent and decrease. To me, it's the same as hitting the tab bar, to be honest. Okay, if I click here and increase, it moves it across. You can see the gap has gone across, and it's gone across again. If we decrease, we bring it back, and that's where we started. It's not something that I use, to be honest. This one, clear formatting. I think if you just want to clear certain things, you might highlight the text. Let's have a look. Once again, this is not something I normally use, but it doesn't mean you can't play with it. Clear formatting, and it got rid of the bold and also the color. So if maybe you're not happy and you want to start again, actually, for some reason we had that little issue there. I don't know if that happened with clear formatting or not, but we've cleaned it up. So we've got that as well. So we've got underline. We have strike through, italic, we can bold. Oh yeah, bullet list. Let's, oh yeah, we'll do just a couple more things. We'll hit bullet list, we'll put bullet list, then we'll hit again, we just hit enter. We hit enter again as we go down, LLL. And alright, the bullet list looks alright, these are the bullets. Let's change them to numbers. Just by clicking on that, we've changed it to numbers. Hit enter, number 4, and so on and so on. And I don't like that. I can either hit delete, backspace on my laptop, or I can maybe hit the undo. Hit the undo, hit the undo, and so on and so on. Okay, so that's fine. We just learned how to do a bullet list as well. Now this is a very handy little icon feature if you want as well. And what it does is, it actually, if you've got a really long post, possibly too long for your likings, you might think it's not going to look good on your front page. What you can do is, we can actually click here, push in the insert read more tag. We click it, and here it is here. And what happens is when we publish the post, all of the text underneath will not be seen. You'll have to actually click a link to keep on reading. And you quite often see that on websites because they don't want to waste space on the front page. So what we're going to do now is, I think I've pretty much shown you everything. Remember, see, when you first start, you only get these few options, which are good, and have a play with them. But if you get daring and hit the kitchen sink, you now have the option to add different headings to things like titles. You can justify your font. Let's go here and align it to the left. See, we changed that, and then we can now justify it back. We can even make it all a horrible green if that's what we want. Now it's a horrible green. We're not happy with that, so we click the undo button. We're back to where we were. And paste as text. That's where you cut and paste things from another website, I'm assuming. It's not a feature I use. I don't really need it. Clear formatting, well, we went through that. That's where we clear things that are in the post. Special characters, go back, go forwards, go back, indent, increase indent, decrease indent. I think that's all we need to know. So let's actually post it. And to do that, we can also, might be worth pointing out, screen options. I might just show you this. Where we have discussion and comments, that now shows you underneath comments and track and pingbacks. That is where people actually link to your site. You can allow them or not allow them. By not allowing them, that means sites that have a dodgy reputation on Google, for example, can't link to you with your permission. And that means you will not get a bad reputation. In other words, you won't be found guilty by association. So we're going to unclick that. You can also check the site that's linking to you, and if it appears okay, then allow for that. But generally, I don't allow. And comments. If you're not expecting many comments on your site, it's possible to unclick that and not allow comments. That way you won't get people saying, oh, really nice blog. Oh, I really enjoyed the content. And you know that they're just spammers, and all they want to do is add a little link back to their site when they do generic terms like that. But if they actually made the comment, yeah, I really love Gasser hot rods as well, you would know that they were genuine, because that would relate to our content. So, but at this point of time, we're not going to do that. We're going to actually use our option up the top here, which you find at screen options, which you don't see when you first log on. So when you first do your first post, you will have the kitchen sink you need to log on to get the extra features, and also the drop down menu here. So that's pretty cool. Now you know that. You're halfway to being an expert. Okay, I think we're done here. Gives a look. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. If you weren't happy with it, you could just move it to trash, I guess, as well. So we're going to actually... I'm just going to check something here. I'm just looking for the draft option. Sometimes you can save it as a draft. I think because this is the first post, it's not being offered. Let's click publish. No, I can't see it. But generally, you will start to notice that there is an option to save it as a draft. And if your computer's playing up, it's not a bad thing to do. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to update. In other words, we're going to post. We've just updated what is the first post. And just before we go to the front page, I'm going to remind you of the more that was here. That is there. Insert read more tag. And then we're going to go to the front page. And here we go, welcome to Gasser Hot Rods. And if we scroll down, instead of seeing the second paragraph, we have continue reading. Click it, and there you go. That was at the end of the second paragraph. I'll scroll up to show you. And there you go, we've got the whole lot. You can also be adding pictures, videos and what have you, but for the point of what this little video tutorial was, it was to actually show you how to use a few of the features when you very first start posting. And if you're not happy with something, You find the edit post, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's up here. It may depend on what theme you're using. Hit edit post, and we're back to where we were, and we want to make something, we want to make one more change. Okay, I'm just going to do this to the very first line. I'm going to make it bold. We're going to update it. It's updated, it just told us post is updated, view post. We can do it from here, or we can go to the front page. And here we go. You'll see that this text here has now become bold. And that was the edit that I just did. All right, I'm going to leave it at that because sometimes too much information will confuse. But basically now you know where the kitchen sink is. You know how to do a few things. I've just hit new. Silly me. Let's go back to all posts. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click edit. And if we want to continue to edit this, once again, we put the cursor there, the little hand comes up, the edit button highlights, we click it. We can come back here. I can highlight what I just did. Click the bold, now that's gone. We update again, and now it's gone. And so on and so on. And just one more reminder, click the kitchen sink for more options, and also click screen options for more options as well. Categories, format. There's a couple of things that are number of columns, 1 or 2. There you go. There are other things that you can play with. Some of them I don't even bother with, to be honest with you. Okay, at this point I'm going to log out. And you may remember that I mentioned the capture plugin. 1 + 6 = 7. The spam bots and the hackers, if they're doing it remote controlled, they can't do this little equation. It keeps bad people out of your site. And perhaps you've logged out and you go, oh, I just want to have one more quick look. Back to my blog, and we're back at the front page. So I hope this has been a help to you. Good on you for trying to learn WordPress. It is the most popular form of blogging on the internet, with, I think, about 1/3 of websites actually being on the WordPress platform. You may not even realise that your favourite website is actually a WordPress blog. Pretty cool, hey? So start learning, have fun. Bye.